Hello? Yeah. Hey, Paul, what's up? Wait, what? We're not going to Area 51? Oh. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I'll at least let everyone know. Oh, yeah, that's right. Tournament time. I completely forgot. Yeah. Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's way more important than Area 51. I'll make sure to tell everyone. Yeah, that would be terrible if someone ended up going to Area 51 by themselves and didn't realize that we were doing, tournament time instead. That would be pretty embarrassing. All right, yeah, I'll see you there at tournament time. Yep, sounds good. You know what time it is. Yep, that's right. Tournament time. All right, catch you later, Paul. Yep. All right, bye.
Guys, where are you? I'm looking at the hours, days, probably years. Only 5 more miles to go. One more mile to go. This stuff is killing me. I think I'm here. Where'd they go?
Hey guys, got an intruder, let's go!
Spread your arms out. Get up slowly. In the car, let's go.
It got bombed.
Don't see anything.
Where's Bob? Bob?
See anything?
Nope.
We have an MIA. Get out here. Go, run, Jenkins. Run, go hide. Come with me or you're gonna die.
No, I'm not going with you.
Run.
Hey guys, so we decided to go along with the Area 51 September 20th memes and make a tournament time episode based off that. We decided that we would play the original StarCraft as Terrans in groups of 2 and have to play against 6 Zerg computers. The objective was to see who could survive the longest. We decided for this episode to make sure it was more balanced, so we had the 4 youngest players pick 4 random colors from a hat, and then put them back for the older players to also pick. This made sure that an older player was always playing with a younger player, so it wasn't completely unbalanced. In order to make it more exciting, we decided the 2 teams that placed the lowest would have to do a punishment, while the players who placed in the top would be the only 2 teams able to compete for the first place prize. After doing 2 punishments for the lowest placing teams, we would change the maps and then do it again. This time, whoever survived the least amount of time between the bottom teams would have to do a second punishment, and whoever survived the longest between the 2 best teams would receive a $25 Amazon gift card each. Alright, I'm going to try to get through these games as quick as possible while showing important stuff that happened. So right now it's currently me and Andrew. So he's the youngest player in the group, and I'm just showing the highlights here. So this is him getting attacked. I got attacked first. He got overrun pretty quickly. He got eliminated. His time was, I believe, we'll see in a second. It was 7 minutes and 27 seconds. So that's how long he survived. At this point, though, I'm like getting overrun. All 6 computers are focusing me. I could have done better holding my bottleneck here, but oof, they kind of broke through. I'll probably speed up through this just to go a little bit faster here. So it doesn't get boring. But basically, eventually I get overrun. I get a drop ship. I start dropping units around the entire map, trying to like just build and survive. You aren't allowed to lift off the buildings, but you're allowed to use flying units to fly around. And this is my last structure as I get blown up here and get eliminated. And my time is 13 minutes and 17 seconds. So that is the time to beat. All right, next game we have Patrick and James playing together. Sorry about the webcam, by the way. I know it's covering the resources. I realized this after the fact, so it's bad placement on my part. Surely Patrick is going to start farming resources now, right? Right click, Patrick? Or you can click gather. Okay, well, I guess that works. All right. Oh, James gets rushed really early here. That's really unfortunate. He didn't have a barracks up yet, and he just got swarmed. It's not looking very good for him. Looks like they might get eliminated pretty early just due to the fact he got rushed there. He's starting to make Marines in his little barracks he built down there. He has an SCV actually distracting a little bit, but they came right back after they killed it. This SCV is actually doing a really good job distracting. Wow, this SCV actually manages to distract them out of the base completely. Even manages to get to the whole top side of the map. Like, if you look at the mini-map, you can see it way up there. So that was really good for James. It actually bought him a lot of time. But at this point, his base is in shambles. He can't really catch up at this point. And the Zerg made it back down. Oh, his last Marine barely dies there. Yeah, now he just kind of gets swarmed, and it's pretty much over for him now. Hopefully Patrick did something with all that free time, because they were all focusing James. And James got a time of 6 minutes and 25 seconds. But what really comes down to is Patrick's time, and Patrick gets overwhelmed actually incredibly fast. They just swarm his bunkers. Half of them didn't have Marines in them actually. And yeah, he got wiped out pretty quickly there. And his final time is 7 minutes and 48 seconds. All right, next game we have the bottom of the face, the beard, maybe part of the nose there, and his teammate with a little bit of eyes, forehead, and hair. That's their real names, by the way, in case you were wondering. Yeah, true story. So the bottom of the face is actually getting rushed pretty early on, so not looking good for him. He does get a barracks up, but he does have 6 Zerglings in his base. Looks like bottom of the face manages to send his SCV all the way to the top side where the top of the face is. Top of the face, meanwhile, it has a bunch of bunkers, but like no one in them, only a couple guys in them. So top of the face is kind of getting it pretty rough right now. For whatever you can see, that forehead and everything, yeah, it's sweating clearly. That's why I put focus on it, not because I had like bad camera placement and forgot to move it or something. Yeah, that totally didn't happen. But yeah, he gets overwhelmed pretty quickly and he gets knocked out. And his time was 7 minutes and 17 seconds. So his teammate actually managed to, the bottom of the face, sorry, my bad, managed to actually build a lot of defenses while he was being attacked up top, though. Not very many siege tanks, though. He's setting up his first one now. Actually, he doesn't have the upgrade yet. All right, now he does. Yeah, it's not looking good for him. He gets pretty much overwhelmed here. It's a matter of time until it's over. And yeah, he gets overrun. And his final time is 10 minutes and 8 seconds. So that's not bad at all for sure. That's pretty good. So at this point, James and Patrick are guaranteed to be in the loser bracket. And Johnny and Tom have to beat Paul and Sam's time of 10 minutes and 8 seconds if they want to be in the winner bracket with a chance of winning the prize. Because if they don't, then they also go to the loser bracket and they have to do a punishment. Tom and Johnny get attacked about the same time. They're doing pretty well. They have decent bunker setups. Maybe should be closer to the choke point, but it's not terrible. So they're doing decent so far. Definitely being a little bit competitive with time compared to Paul and Sam. Eventually, Tom does get overrun, and he gets eliminated with a final time of 8 minutes and 21 seconds. And so it comes down to Johnny here to see if he can hold for about 2 minutes to see if he can get that top 2 placement or if he ends up in the bottom 2. So now that Tom is dead, all the focus is being put on him. Currently, he doesn't actually have any turrets, so he can't see the invisible lurkers, which is really not good for him. I don't think he really knew to prep for that very well. But so they're starting to push into his base. He needs to survive probably about another minute and a half, 2 minutes. Things are going pretty rough. It looks like it's going to be really close on time. He starts just getting overwhelmed. There's not much else he can do at this point, and he just pray he gets the right time. And his time is 9 minutes and 40 seconds. So he was 28 seconds off from being in the winner bracket, but now he goes to the loser bracket. So now we get to watch them suffer in pain and agony as they go do punishments. So let's go move on to that. All right, so first up we have Patrick spinning the wheel for him and James to see what their punishment will be.
Sounds
All
good.
right, ready, guys?
Yep, go. All right, let's do this. Have to spin around the whole thing. Gone all the way around. All right, we got a live wheel.
And...
Nobody read it.
Alex Cider being a girl. Holy shot. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
take your kid. This would be great.
All right.
That smells.
It smells. Hey,
All right, we're-
cheers and go bottoms up.
You have to cheers and drink the whole thing. You have to drink it all in one. Okay?
But
Chug, chug,
yeah,
chug, chug.
no puking.
Oh!
That was lame.
All right, and next up we have Tommy spinning for him and John.
Oh, okay. It's gone all the way around. We got a live wheel. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Ice bucket.
Open my eyes, I try to see, but I'm blinded by the white line. I can't remember how, I can't remember why I'm lying here tonight, and I can't stand the pain, and I can't make it go away. No, I can't stand the pain. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away.
There wasn't enough ice. That's what the problem was.
Look at
That's freezing.
and all
That's good enough. That's good enough.
No cameras.
I want to do that too.
Don't touch me.
All right, so after the ice bucket challenge was over, Andrew and I went into the second map for the winners bracket to see if we could win the whole tournament. Andrew got rushed pretty early on here. He wasn't quite prepared for the Zerg attack and got overrun by the aliens. And he actually got wiped out with the earliest defeat time out of anyone with 3 minutes and 38 seconds. So from that point on, I was by myself having to defend against 6 Zerg. But basically what happened is I stalled for forever. Like, it was such a long game. I just kept building siege tanks. I kept building turrets. Eventually, I mounted siege tanks all along the walls. Eventually, I actually pushed out and basically wiped out one of the computers. But I was just running out of resources, and I wasn't able to push up forward to actually like take anything because every time I did that, I got overrun. In the end, I finally did lose when they just swarmed me with so many air guns. Eventually, I just couldn't hold them back. And my final time was 43 minutes and 23 seconds. And I got, hold on, as soon as I show it, I got 1,515 kills against the enemy. It was a really long game, so I didn't want to put too much footage in there, and I hope that tractor sound didn't get picked up in the background, hopefully. But yeah, so that was the first game. All right, next game, it's Sam and Paul competing for the first place prize. Sam gets overrun pretty quickly. He ends up trying to send a guy to Paul's base, but doesn't have resources to build anything, so he gets eliminated. Paul ends up building a factory, but rather late into the game. He already has 5 bunkers up. And so basically what happens is he also didn't have turrets up either, so he couldn't detect invisibility. So lurkers started running into his base, and then when he finally got them up, it was just too late, and he didn't have any siege tanks. He kind of just got overwhelmed. He ends up sending out an SCV to build some extra turrets on the outer edge just to try to stall and survive longer. His base gets overrun pretty quickly, but he manages to get 2 turrets built on the outside, just enough to give him a few extra, I would say about another minute or so of time distracting. But they get overwhelmed, and he gets eliminated. And he gets a final time of 10 minutes and 34 seconds. This also means that Andrew and I won the finals, and we get the $25 Amazon gift cards. Because obviously I'm running the tournament, I'm not going to give myself an Amazon gift card because it's basically me giving myself money to spend when I could. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And Andrew used his $25 gift card to get these Legos, which he is really happy about. So I'm really glad he enjoyed those. The next games are based off the loser bracket and basically decide who has to do another punishment. Tommy basically didn't realize that there was a second opening to his base, and he got overwhelmed pretty quickly. He was building all of his bunkers in one spot, and then he got swarmed from the other side. He survived 7 minutes and 52 seconds. Johnny, meanwhile, didn't get attacked quite as much early on, but he did get a decent setup, but he didn't get any tanks out yet. He had his factory, but he just didn't have tanks yet. Kind of got overwhelmed eventually. I mean, there's not much you can do. It's going to happen eventually, no matter what. And he's just trying to build to survive as long as possible. Ends up getting eliminated. And he gets a final time of 10 minutes and 5 seconds. So that means Patrick and James have to survive at least 10 minutes and 5 seconds if they want to not have to do another punishment. Patrick gets rushed pretty early on. He tries to send a guide to James's base, but he ends up getting eliminated really early on, actually. And his final time is 4 minutes and 27 seconds. So James at this point is on his own. He's just building defenses, building marines, trying to repair his bunkers and survive as long as possible. Hopefully trying to get that 10 minutes and 5 second time. But he starts just getting rushed and overwhelmed. He sends all of his SCVs to try to stop and repair, but he still loses the bunkers. And at this point, they just overrun his base. And then after all of his buildings get taken out, he gets eliminated. And he gets the final time of 8 minutes and 22 seconds.
You just spin it really hard. And you got a live one. Well, still. You said
you would eat them.
20.
That's lame. I mean, well, you did say you'd eat them.
You did.
Okay.
You did.
So basically what happened is Paul said that he would eat 20 hot tamales if they landed on the eat 10 hot tamales at once. So basically after they finish eating their 10 hot tamales, Paul is going to have to eat 20 at once. So that should be kind of funny to watch. But I mean, they're not that hard. And honestly, they got probably one of the easiest punishments. But still, it will be fun to watch.
You know I hate
Wait,
heat
do we
so
have
much.
to eat all of them at the same
Put them all in
time?
your mouth
Yes.
at the same time.
It says,
You have to
look,
chew
it says,
'em.
eat 10 hot tamales at the same time.
They're not that bad.
At the same time.
I'm eating
Phil,
two right now.
you eat jalapenos because
Let's
they
see
taste
it.
good.
Yeah.
3,
You can't
2,
tell that to me.
1. Bottoms up.
Hold it in your mouth. You have to chew it.
Don't choke.
Go, go, go.
Chew it. Keep your mouth
Chew
closed.
it, boy, chew it.
Tell us, how does defeat taste?
I don't have room to shoot.
Defeat takes.
That's a lot of defeat.
Now my time burns.
Yeah, it starts getting hot a little bit longer on, but it shouldn't be too
I
bad.
can't swallow them because there's too many.
It's like marbles.
Oh, there goes his bag. There's a real bag.
It's getting hotter.
I can't swallow. There's too many. I don't know.
Well, some of these are really fun. But like,
Alright, can I go?
Whoa! I'm done.
Yeah!
I'm done.
that's all done.
I'm
The
done.
flavor's gone, it's just the plastic that I can't swallow. 'Cause
Alright, Paul's doing 20.
So, that's 10. Let's go for double that. Double or nothing. Ready? On? Can you count it for me?
Yeah, does this look better?
Yeah.
2,
Three.
It's okay.
4.
Wow.
30.
I had 2 for a while.
That's not hot. That's not hot.
This is where you see like the blood veins like going up or whatever.
we did. We got.
Well, that's a lot of damage.
There you
It was almost like choking because there was so much in my mouth that I couldn't chew with my out and get my mouth open hardly.
I know, saying that was my problem.
go. What do you want to tell the world?
Almost.
Okay, the world. I love to say. I found my gloves that
Come on.
disappeared. In your house. I love to sing.
Now sing. Show them how good you are.
Do-dee-do. And I love the city. 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 I love the city.
Well, that means next time you can be anything.
Like what?